Hi everybody, this is Scott with Believers Underground. Walk about here down in Hollywood, wherever area I'm at today. But anyhow, I'm going to talk about this German outbreak of E. coli and its source, which is your GMO foods. These crops poison these organic crops when the pollen blows over into their field. And I'll put past videos on this with links and all the information that you need. You know, because they're making it resistant to the chemtrail stuff. It's the metals. You got a big problem, Earth. I love you. This sucks. But it's truth, man. Okay? It's truth. Aren't you kind of tired of all the lies? I am. Be well, stay safe, have a plan. Okay, the name of the website is Institute for Reasonable Technology, and it's a real good GMO website. And a shout out for GMO Christian. It's up there on the shoot. It's a very interesting movie. Anyway, this is a video I shot over there in Michigan with my buddy Timmy. Toxic baby food and candy. And here is the article. It says, before the FDA decided to allow GMOs into the food without labeling, FDA scientists had repeatedly warned that the GM foods can create unpredictable, hard-to-detect side effects, including allergies, toxins, new diseases. Okay, remember that E. coli breakout is a new one. They've never seen it before. And natural problems. They urged long-term safety studies, but were ignored. GMO danger too. Science then findings include thousands of sheep, buffalo, and goats in India died after grazing on Bt cotton plants. Mice eating GM corn for a long-term heart and few and smaller babies had more than half of the babies in the mothers, and rats that fed the GMO soy died within 3 weeks, and the smaller testicle size of the mice and the rats and the GMs soy changed significantly. Sorry about the interruption. That was John out there in Arizona. Hey, bro. Okay. Yeah, we'll get together and get in there, and I'm glad, man. Glad for you, brother. Let's see. This over in here was GMO baby agenda. Okay, human pesticide plant. Now, when these GMO seed stuff goes into another farmer's field, okay, that's doing organic crops, it actually turns those crops bad, okay? So it creates a pesticide plant in your stomach. And this was an article from this agency, and you're going to have to find it now because they'll have it inside their website. This is Science AAAS, okay, and that's the agency, .org, and they also do a lot of good research and work. So that's another website that you want to look into, but you'll have to look for the article in that website, because now the article's been moved into another location as they changed their thing around, but it's in there. Also on high fructose corn syrup, Science Daily article. But with all my videos, what you do is to find all the information that I'm talking about, because I'll put links in credible sources. There's a little button underneath the video that says show more. You click that button, and then all the articles and links and stuff come out. Okay? So you know how to do that. I love you very much, and the information's shock resistance. And let me see if I can even pull up that one. That was on another guy's site. I think that was Man Faded. No, Truth Teller. Okay.
Alright, hi everybody. This is Truth Teller, 1967 Tim. All were fed a normal diet, but one was without any soy, and another had non-genetically modified soy. And a third group used genetically modified soy, and a fourth group contained a higher amount of genetic modified soy. They used 5 pairs of hamsters per group, each of which produced 7 to 8 litters, and they produced a total of 140 animals. It says that there were 52 pups born to the control group and 78 to the non-GM soy group. In the GM soy group, only 40 pups were born, and of these, 25% died. And that made a 5-fold higher death rate.
So we got a seriously higher mortality rate going on with the GMO soy products, which are in baby's milk.
And to top it off, it grew hair into their mouths. It says the external appearance of the oral cavity, the gingival pouches, with thick bundles of hair growing from their mucus lining, clearly seen in these pictures here.
So there was hair going in the mouth with sharp edges with mucus on them. I mean, yuck. I don't know, do you want your baby to mutate into that? I wouldn't. What did it say about the rats?
They're talking about another genetic or GM product. I think it was corn.
Yeah, let's get to the corn, since we've got all these GMO cornfields over here and making these mammoth moss. I don't know if it's the nuclear power plants around here or the cornfields, man, but there's some big moss around here, like the size of a sparrow or a bat or something. They got some weight to them.
Small bird.
Yeah.
And that pollen, it says mice eating GM corn for long term had fewer and smaller babies.
Now that Monsanto pollen, when it blows over into another field, changes the DNA structure of that crop that is not Monsanto,
right?
And it becomes Monsanto.
They cross
thereby, Monsanto can sue the farmer which grew that and say that was their seed and that is their crop, and steal their crop from them.
It states that if the gene that creates Bt toxin in genetically modified corn were to transfer, it might turn our intestinal bacteria into living pesticide factories. We're here at Warren, man-faded, and we're here with the bug, Scott.
Hi, everybody.
And we come across some information on GMO soybeans that are used to, well, I'll let Scott read.
Well, no, I'll have Warren.
Well, we'll let Warren read.
You
There's man faded.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, have a seat, Warren.
This information came from a friend of mine, that I subscribe to,
Pestacide, you're a stud.
And, genetically modified soy, they became sterile and actually grew hair in their mouths. Now, I don't know about how many people know how many products have soy in them, but the main and the product that I could think of off the top of my head is baby formula.
Yeah, why don't you read? I'll elaborate a little more. Now, you got baby formula going off globally, okay, to all these different countries. And this soy stuff, 91% of it, and you're going to find out in this article that Warren's going to read over here that this soy stuff, if the pollen goes into another field, it mutates that field, and it can also cause all kinds of weird anomalies in human bodies. We're talking turning into a pesticide factory in your body. And we'll give you the link. We'll provide the link with this. I'll talk about it on Friday's show. We'll try to cover it as much as possible, and I got some other things I want to cover. And why don't you read some of the articles on them?
Well, it says here this study was done by a Russian biologist, Alexei Serov. what they did was, it was jointly conducted by Serov's Institute of Ecology and Evolution of the Russian Academy of Sciences in July of 2000.